Being in the drone business is not your usual job. We do have a very cool job.
What we like about the business is, on paper, it shouldn't be possible. You shouldn't be able to fly drones at night 25 kilometers in controlled airspace.
UDS started under the auspice of the Peace Parks Foundation.
An NGO involved in nature conservation and in counter-poaching initiatives.
They asked us if we could develop the skills in using RPAS or drone technology to help in the fight against wildlife crime. And they gave us the initial funding. We then went to Kruger National Park. We started flying there.
Always having at the back of our mind the commercial aspect of it.
We developed very special skills in that, which were very important in retrospect. We were allowed to really do whatever we wanted to in flying these aircraft.
We became very good at that game, and that is where we are way ahead of the other competitors, especially flying at night time. So we perfected that in the Kruger National Park, and we brought that into the commercial aspect of the business. And that is where our success has been.
The regulations arrived and they actually grounded us and said that we had to comply with the then civil aviation rules applying to drones. We were very lucky with South Africa's approach in the beginning. They made it so difficult. They were the first in the world to have regulations like we have today. The importance is that they treated us as an airline, so we are no different from any commercial airline anywhere in the world. So I was the first person to be interviewed by this board, and they didn't really even know what to ask me. I gave them the story about what we're doing in Kruger National Park and how it would make a difference, and they awarded the first air services license in the country and probably in the world at the time. Our license was particularly unique because we were flying at night in drone terms beyond visual line of sight.
Nobody possesses a license today in South Africa beside UDS to fly 25 kilometers away.
In the US, for instance, they have done very few beyond visual line of sight nighttime flights. They buy exemption, and usually in Alaska and those kind of places. Nowhere in the world does an operation like ours, where it's flying in a metropolitan city, 1 kilometer away from an international airport, lights off, and we're seen on radar. There's nothing that looks like that anywhere in the world. We had quite a high profile at that stage on television, and we had a call from commercial clients saying that they'd seen these programs and they were quite interested in developing the technology in the commercial space. We were instantly successful. They used to employ 120 extra guards to try and defend a 26-kilometer perimeter. We've reduced the crime down to 2% of what it used to be. We've reduced the guards down to 8. The security budget is now 30% of what it used to be. The most significant industry that I think will disrupt is the security industry. We've seen in every site that we've gone to that we've had a major effect instantly. We use thermal cameras on our planes, and we then relay that live image back to our command and control vehicle. We're able to give instant imagery and intelligence back to security people on the ground, and that's been the big game changer.
Once the guys see what the drones can do and what it can do to their lives and to their security, they never ever go back to the traditional security.
The other industry that we are disrupting is the survey business. This has been the domain of surveyors using ground-based technology. We've been able to deliver survey results highly accurate. The other industry is engineering inspections, where traditionally you would have to use all sorts of very dangerous ways of inspecting high-value infrastructure.
On the industrial side, you have all your big silos where you used to take about a week to build all your scaffolding, and today you do a job that used to take a week. It can take virtually 10 minutes to inspect all these silos inside and outside.
We develop most of our own aircraft, so they're purpose-built for our nighttime surveillance operations. We have a fixed-wing aircraft, which is called a Bathawk, which we've flown probably about 60,000 hours on that type of airframe. There are other interesting developments that we've been asked to do by clients. Flying underground is a very interesting mining application where they have asked us to go where they don't want to put humans. So we would fly a drone in a cage so it bounces off the walls and can roll it on the ground and get to places where they don't particularly want people.
We designed this drone to use for operations for like pipes or mines or places where the drone can get damaged where you can't actually retrieve it. The cage prevents the drone from getting too damaged, therefore you can still fly back. It's on a gyro, so it always stays level, it doesn't matter which way it gets hit.
Robert is the technical guy. He's really been the engine behind the innovation of the drones.
People are looking at these things and saying, they work so well, they're relatively inexpensive, we now want them, they're reliable, and we've got the recipe right. They want to hire these services to either do 3D photogrammetry for stockpile management, to just do surveillance work. The list is just endless. It goes on and on and on. And the fact that we have a workshop like this is what really allows that operation to happen. Without this kind of infrastructure and setup and this knowledge, that doesn't happen very easily or affordably.
The art in our business is to take existing technologies and integrate them on a cost-effective basis.
It's quite interesting because you build a drone from scratch and then you set it up and you go out test flight to see the end product. That's exactly what I love about my job, yes.
We employ all in all about 100 people, and we have 80 pilots now that are fully operational.
We have now invested in a training school. We are going to be accelerating the training of these pilots to 20 or 30 at a time to basically cater for the demand that we see. There's no substitute for time and experience.
We have set the bar very, very high.
The 10,000 hour rule, we've got 6 of those. I don't think any competitor of ours in this country has even got to 10,000 hours.
We make sure day and night that we put daylight between us and them.
We're always going to be pushing the envelope to try and fly longer, carry bigger, heavier payloads, do more things with the craft, so it's never going to stop. It's an ongoing cycle.
Once you embrace the technology and work with us, you can only find success.